So, last session, this unnamed group of slightly morally questionable individuals have been spending time in the town of Red Ridge within the Kingdom of the Reach on the continent of Karak. You have fled from Bitterwood, chased out by the local paladins after killing 4 of them. You fled to Cardinal, killed more paladins, while learning things about each other and yourselves. And as you were all making your way southward, attempting to reach Clash, you encountered a deadly encounter and lost one of your members. They were revived, but under a strange affliction of death, you were forced to find Red Ridge to fully revive your companion and ally. And in doing so, you encountered more paladins of the Empire of Glass. You killed them, and then, due to the High Priest's influence and connection with these paladins, you blackmailed him. Spent some time in the city taking healing from the High Cleric, selling the High Cleric um, magical potions of healing, uh, and making yourselves far richer. You also gained secret access to the morgue and conducted autopsies on all of the dead paladins and people who had been targeted by them. You trained with the town guards that you had befriended, and even um, found a secretive group of smugglers within the city that you helped heal some of their injured from a dangerous mission gone wrong. You spent your 3 days in the city doing these many things, awaiting a party, a dinner and a feast held at the Temple of Shurendalar, where the king would be in attendance and the political leaders and the spiritual leaders of the city, of Redridge, would be meeting to discuss what to do about the paladins of the Empire of Glass, their attempted assassination on one of the members here, and the killings of many of the patients within the asylum. You all went to this party, sat down after many hours of mingling with different dignitaries and clerics and other important figures in the city. And as you sat down, as this feast was preparing to begin, a few of you noticed some tensions between the guards, or the captain of the guards, and the king. And eventually, you figured out why there was probably some tensions, as the final member of this feast was let into the chamber. That individual being Rizor, the commander of the Forward Mirrored Spear Battalion of the Empire of Glass, the individual who chased you out of Bitterwood, who sent the paladins to Cardinal to set a foothold, and the individual who sent paladins to Red Ridge to eliminate the influence of Hadar. This is a powerful, tall, imposing Goliath who has sat next to one of you. As we begin today's session, if there was any conversation you wished to have before the actual feast began, let me know if you would want to do that now. Because I wanted to end the session early last time and get to this event, as this was a very important thing. But if any of you want to speak to any of the other political leaders If you need a reminder of who those are, some of them include the Master of the Grave. You would have had the Captain of the Watch. You would have the Champion of the Drow. Um, there was the High Cleric of Lathander and the High Cleric of Torm, as well as the King and many others.
Is there somebody that I wanted to have a conversation with? Let me see. I gotta open up my notes.
I believe. I know I literally watched the VOD earlier. I swear it was Asanoth, but I might have to double check.
Ooh, old Southern hospitality.
Give me about a moment. Let me confirm this.
Okay,
I
so there was the
about that.
local
lady
vote.
from.
Yeah, we didn't even.
All right, there's
Gotta
Master
stop
of the
killing.
Grave, Master of the Guard, King. We have.
Soon, food is brought
Did
out.
we
and
share the
children
existence
plays.
of the
Smart. Finally, make
group we helped?
he touched. Red Ridge. Thank you.
Do we share the existence of the group? Which group?
Red
Of
side.
the healing
See the
side
tall
business.
figure begins lumbering towards your side. Pulls out the chair right next to one of your party members as he is sat right next to one of you. Thank you, my king.
Yeah, you got invited to the fight club.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did not determine who he was sat next to. But who wants to sit closest to the king? So you are on the left side of the king as he's facing down the hall, down the feasting table that is sat in front of all of you. So directly across from you is towards the right side of the king. So who wants the king to be on your right side and sit closest to the elevated tables of the king?
Oh.
Definitely not Ripley.
Would you have sat as far from the king as possible? That is also a thing. Who would want to sit
I want to
as
be
far
like
from?
in the middle.
Okay. The king is at an elevated like platform table almost. His table is if you were to consider your table horizontal, his is vertical within their chamber. Just to look out towards all of you. Like he eats facing you, you eat facing another person.
Yeah.
The head of the table.
Basically, yeah.
They're on the sides.
Would Gil want to sit next to the king?
Maybe Clay should sit next to the king.
Yeah, like
Good neutral party.
I imagine Clay doesn't have a full seat. Clay can sit on the table.
Well, why not? Clay sits under Bonnie's seat.
Yeah.
Clay's not invited to the table.
Clay can sit on the lap of Bonnie.
Wow.
He needs a booster seat anyways.
I would.
Very defensive.
He needs a booster seat. What can I say?
They do not provide booster seats at this location.
Do
No, they do not.
No, they're all
Okay, so
dwarves.
out of everybody, so we know for a fact Ripley does not want to, right? So we know that's one.
Mhm.
Does anyone not want to sit next to the king?
I don't think Ace should.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Alice doesn't mind sitting near the king.
Okay. So
All right,
Atlas is
that's
closest to the king. Which also puts you closest to the captain of the guards. because the captain of the guard is sat to the right side of the king at the moment,
Okay.
or left side. Sorry. So he is in line with you essentially. So we have the head of the table for your party. Ripley's in the middle. That leaves individuals who could be next to Rizor as Egil, Ace, and Bonnie.
Ah.
I know that I do want to sit next to Ripley. I don't have a preference for which direction, though.
I'll sit next to Rizor.
You'll sit next to Rizor?
I'll sit next to Rizor.
Okay. Taking one for the team. I like it. Sweet. So, Ace is probably next to you. Bonnie, I'll put between Atlas and Ripley. How about that? So, the last words. So now that that's dealt with, did any of you had wished to spend some time in talking with some of the other individuals within the chambers before this event happens? Kind of jumping around here, I know, but trying to
I
get
feel like a Gil would talk to the master of the grave.
Tresra?
Yeah, Tressra. I don't think it'd be about anything in particular.
Okay.
It would just be, general conversation about how she got in her profession. What drew her to it,
Yeah.
stuff like that. What did
For
she
sure.
learn, perspectives and all that.
Yeah. You'd probably learn that Tresra, has been at this for a very, very long time. Her initial, the way that she got into this was mostly due to familial ties.
Mhm.
She had a connection, family-wise, to the previous master of the grave, and just didn't care for the religious aspects of the city, which is very large. This is a very religious city, and cared more about the functionality of burial and
Mhm.
the material body of humanoids, and just felt more akin to that than the idea of a lot of these clerics and the like, where it is regularly known that people can come back from the dead. People can be revived. It's expensive and harrowing on the body, but when they truly die, someone needs to figure out how they died,
Right.
and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, then I feel like, I feel like a Gil and her would share a lot of common, uh, similar ideals on why they're interested in such things.
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like, I feel like they'll have like a nice little decent conversation
Oh yeah, for
about
sure.
philosophies on it all.
Yeah, she's a very practical person, and she will say that while she's not the most into the religious aspects, it is a balance. Not all people can be brought back, and she works well with a lot of the religious people in the city when things need to happen, like when people need to be prepared for some of these fancy entombments that are so common in the world. Um, that she helps the breaking down of individuals' bodies so that they are properly entombed,
Mm-hmm.
and not just you know um, doing the autopsies and medical uh, that sort of thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a varied job. Lots of different stuff needs to happen in the city. Anyone else wish to speak to any of the other masters of the city, any of the high clerics, um, or do you kind of just mingle around all of yourselves and kind of be the wallflowers of the party? I'll take that as most of you kind of hang around with your fellow party members in more comfortable scenarios.
The thought of socializing with strangers is truly terrifying.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah,
just have nothing to say to any of these people.
you are incredibly valid for not wanting to speak to someone you don't know. That
Very
also,
valid.
all these people are in. They are all very much authority figures, being masters of a fairly sizable city, and you all, barely survived a hungered creature attack, not but like 5 days ago, and are best friends now with an evil raven. So how do you stand against them?
The less they know about us, the better, really.
Mm-hmm. I will say at some point in the party, let's see here. Nice.
Nice.
There is at some point in the party, definitely before the feast begins, and as you're all like, hanging out by the walls of this large church, you do watch as the high priest of the temple of Shirendalar begins to like walk up with some of his attendants at his side, going up to King Gustag, and you watch Yelmatum eat shit. He seems to like somehow catch the bottom of these beautiful radiant vestiges that he wears upon his person that shine like golden radiance within his halls of Shirendalar, and he just full on just eats dirt and just face plants into the ground. All of his attendants have to like help him up, and you can see like he has a slight bloody nose, and he has to like go away from the king for a few moments to like wipe his face and make sure that he's like okay. And you swear somewhere in the distance there's just a very, very quiet and you catch the barest sight of a white raven feather flying around one of the stained glass windows within the space.
What was the king's name again?
Gustag Rida.
Gustav.
Gustag Rida. What a name.
Yes, absolutely. You get the sense.
I spelled it right on the first go.
Yes, finally. His name, his family name, Rida, is the name of the river here.
Okay.
So it seems that they're seemingly a very old family.
And
the river's named after them as well. So
he's which king is he?
he's the king of Red Ridge.
Okay, king of Red Ridge.
Yeah, most of the larger cities tend to have either a king or some other form of administration, but then they're all still part of this greater
empire.
Kind
of like the United States, but with kings.
Yes.
If the states had kings.
Yeah, you've heard through one of the letters you heard of the current king Noah Crimer of Crimson, who is seemingly gunning for emperor.
Yeah.
So lots of political stuff going on. Yeah, but anyway, so you all spend your time at the party and eventually sit down, to which we cut back to how last session ended. where the king was preparing to give a speech to begin the feast itself as Rizor, the 8-foot tall Goliath who chased you out of Bitterwood, was announced to the party and sat right next to Egil on your end of the table and merely stated that you all left Bitterwood in such a hurry. The king then began his speech and began the feast as silver goblets are filled with various wines and liquors. Food is brought out to all of you as you begin the appetizer portion of your meal. A hefty, larger plate is placed in front of Rizor, who sits next to you, Egil. And he begins to parse through his meal as the rest of you do the same. So, Egil, was it?
Correct. You are correct.
I've been looking for all of you for a good long time now.
I'm glad to know that our secrecy has been somewhat pertinent.
You did give us the slip for a few days. But after Cardinal, I picked up your trail again. It wasn't
Ah,
too difficult to make my way to Red Ridge.
I figured, given the circumstances, that that would be a giveaway, as they say.
Absolutely. You know, they had a lot to say about you.
Oh, I can't imagine that I am too interesting for most.
Hmm. Well, once I got to Cardinal and spoke with my servants there, they told a great story about your ambush. When we chased you from Bitterwood, I did not anticipate you all would be this vicious.
Ah, if it means anything, I was not expecting my journey to take such turns. This is very unexpected for my course of life. But as I said, when you first found me in Bertwood, I was merely a victim of circumstance, and I feel as though my hand has been forced.
That
Excuse
is
me.
what Fen and Rolf told me when I revived them. They tried to stop you, delay you until I could arrive. But again, I fear we all have underestimated you. Granted, having a Herald of Hadar within your midst is a potent addition to all of you. And he makes eye contact with Ripley.
Again, me and my companions find ourselves mere victims of circumstance, and those circumstances range in severity.
Oh, absolutely. But you did kill not out of necessity all the time. On Omegas, you could have ignored him and moved south in secret from Cardinal, but you did not. Instead, you ambushed him, killed him and his men, took his weapons, his items, and left them there. I get Bitterwood, I do, but that was different. I fear I won't be able to speak with the dead men of this city. I imagine they would have a tale to tell. What tale do you think they would tell me?
Hmm. That they came to slaughter people, and that their attempt at such malicious acts was thwarted. That is the tale that I know. And I kind of just look at him. Then I go back to the food.
Mhm. He takes a few moments to eat as he continues to think about his next words carefully. I will not argue with you. I believe you are right, that my men here in Red Ridge did wrong. I do not fault you for their death. It is just peculiar. This whole situation started from a misunderstanding. You seek Caro, yes?
There are those that I travel with that do.
Hmm. He smiles at that. My goal is Caro Verstack. Member of the Requiem Institute in Broken Bridge. I did not know his abilities in Bitterwood, and his flight irks me. I believe he is in Broken Bridge now. I cannot access that city. They will not let my people pass the bridge. Perhaps we could be useful to each other, at least for a time.
A proverbial olive branch, as they say.
You killed many of my men, some for self-defense, some not. But you've proved your worth, your skill, your ability. I can put aside some differences in times of great need. It is either that, or I seek other ways of accomplishing things, ways that are not as dignified. This city has shown me great hospitality.
I as well.
Others have not. You can think it over during the meal. It is a lovely feast. I will give you all some time. Kind of sits up a little bit and begins to eat more. Uh, no, just eat more. He was kind of preoccupied with the conversation and let some of his initial beginnings of his feast get a little cold um, as he finishes talking with you for the moment. There is some conversation that is picked up as it seems that the leader of the drow, who sits across from all of you, begins to ask Rysor some questions of his dealings and doings and why he is here. Which he merely begins to talk about his grandiose dealings of how the Forward Mirrored Spear Battalion has been summoned forth within the kingdom to help Noah Krymer, the new king of Crimson, find his footing in this ever-changing world and to broker alliances and foster peace within the kingdom. There is a little look of definitely not believing coming from the drow matron. But with the question answered, somewhat satiated, they back off for but a bit, leading you all to continue your feast.
After the talk with
Mm-hmm.
him, as we're eating, Gil gets a lot more focused on his plate. He starts cutting and everything much more precisely. And anyone could probably be able to tell that he's probably deep in thought as he's cutting into the food, taking bites,
Mm-hmm.
pausing, then doing it again. Just like a repetitious motion while he's in his own head.
Mm-hmm. I would say that during that conversation, he was speaking a little quiet, but I would say that Asanoth and Ripley would probably have heard the majority of that conversation, by the way, as well. Just because they're closer and he's kind of facing towards Gil, and they're right there. So those are two other people who probably have heard that. Sadly, the furthest away would not have been able to hear a word, as there is light conversation occurring throughout the entire chamber. Soft music drowns out, a good majority of the further away conversations as well.
Ooh, man. I made a friend, guys.
Good job. See, we don't only make enemies everywhere we go.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's a lot of awkward eye contact.
A lot of awkward eye
Ripley's
contact.
just staring directly at the table.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Literally, though.
Shit.
Just like the worst case scenario happening.
The worst case scenario is a dinner party, yes.
Is the dinner party. That's what else? We are forced to sit here and socialize.
Absolutely
Fate worse than death.
forced
I
to
can't talk
socialize.
to people. They'll figure out that I'm weird.
Go figure it out. Come on.
Just speak to your doll; it'll be fine.
You're right.
That won't make
I do
people
have
think
my
you're
doll on
weird.
my lap. I would like to establish that. Can I establish that I have my doll on my lap while I eat?
Oh, absolutely. You probably hear in your head as well as you're eating. There's just a singular phrase that like peeks in from the corners of your mind as you hear, "There are eyes watching us right now." And you kind of like at that point like kind of look up and turn your head slightly, and you just look at Rizor, who just like makes eye contact with you.
Oh man.
Lovely.
Something ain't right with that doll.
Something ain't right. It just ain't right.
My vocal
My
cords
vocal
ain't right.
cords ain't right.
Oh man. I miss this.
Absolutely.
Duh.
Oh
Yeah, I guess I'll
jeez.
just smile and then go back to my meal.
Mhm. So after the initial, beginnings of the appetizer, the main meal is, you know, announced in a few minutes. So there's a little bit of a kind of a waiting period, and the king kind of stands and taps on a glass for a moment. So we've all gathered to speak, and before our main meal gets here, I would like to bring forth opinions from some of our greatest minds here in Redridge to discuss our perceptions of the situation. He steps and sits down for a moment as other individuals begin to um, seemingly make themselves. Uh, one sec. Sorry about that. Um, Stepping forth, you can see um, the one of the leaders, the High Cleric of Lathander, stands and begins to give this lengthy speech, um, talking about how the church feels threatened by the situation that occurred here in the Temple of Shurendalar, and wants to know about the safety of their clergy, and if this event was a one-off thing or if there is expected reproductions of it. To which Rizor will stand. When I sent forth this small group of individuals, I did not foresee the damages that they would cause. I did not will them to harm your clergy. They were sent to investigate dangerous dealings in the world. This land is befallen by cursed hungers and by dangerous aberrations. I was tasked by King Grimer to end these threats, and I am deeply apologetic to the damage and the trauma this has incurred upon you. There is a mixed reaction in the space, but eventually Riser sits.
When he mentions that he was hired by the king to do that, could I try to get a read on the king's reaction?
Make a insight check. And he was also
We
hired by.
got we read the orders that he gave his people to murder for money.
Mhm.
So
Specifically, the king he mentions is also a different king. So
different king. Okay.
yes,
He's talking about the Glass King.
he's talking specifically on King Noah Crimer, who is the new king of Crimson, the city that has
Okay.
the city that has invited these paladins into the Reach.
Okay, sorry, I was
And which is
misinterpreting.
um, yeah, you're fine. And which is one of the weird things about that, from your knowledge on Crimson, is it is mostly a mageocracy. Um, with a single kingship that is the tiebreaker for many of the rulings within the city, as there are, I believe, only 6 different houses of magic within the city. And he is the tiebreaker 7th vote. And these are paladins who typically hate magic, which is why this is a little unorthodox. Yeah, but just make an insight check as you're trying to read into that. Okay. As you read into that, it is incredibly hard to get a true sense on if Rizor is lying or not. He is definitely, you almost like fear that you've underestimated him, because your first introduction to him was through a elevated view of him and his traveling party on the road, and all you saw was him kill a large, native creature with a single swing of his mighty sword. And so first thoughts is, oh, this is just a, strong person. This is just a brute. But the way he speaks is very calm, collected, and very persuasive. And it's hard to pin down what is truth and what is a stretched reality.
Interesting.
Because you do know things that other people don't.
Does it seem like the other people here are like buying his story?
Some of them, there is like mixed talk. You can see people are nervous. Like, this is an outsider to the Reach in general. Um, you can see some of the younger clergy are kind of nodding their head along. It seems like the younger clergy are kind of buying into that.
Makes sense. They wouldn't have a full grasp for real of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like this guy.
I mean, he is trying to kill us. I wouldn't like him either.
Faye Rintra stands. You say, "Our kingdom is under attack by aberrations and their like. The paladins, when they attacked our asylum where we have been trying to help the people who have been afflicted by these same beings. Is your duty not to protect us from these beings and help us find a way to make those who have been afflicted have their lives be better? I do not know what my men saw within the denizens of your asylum. I do not know why they chose to do the heinous acts they did. We all seek an end to the aberrant madness that befalls these types of lands, that spread like plagues through the minds and hearts of so many. I will get to the bottom of this, I swear to you. The gravekeeper stands. So I'm guessing you wish to speak with the dead, then, to find out why they did what they did? I would hope so. I would pray so. She looks towards the king. He raises his hand in a go on gesture. I'd like to have the master of the Redwater Watch there, if you wished to speak with the dead. But it could be allowed. As long as you tell us exactly what you find out. And if we are there to hear certain things, it'd be most beneficial. It will be done. We shall know why they chose the actions they did. She kind of smiles and sits down. Well, now that we've had some talk, I believe our main feast is getting cold. Let's continue to eat and fill our bellies and continue this in but a few. The king sits as the second bit of the feast is brought out. You can see whole pork roasts and rotisserie chicken and all manners of different main meals are brought out in force. The drinks get a little heavier as they are more so tied to the kind of heavier, meaty meals that you're now eating as a part of the main dinner feast. Rysor, at this point, kind of turns. So, Igil, Asanov, Ripley, have you had time to think?
Mm. Okay. Out of character, guys.
Yeah, you could have had, if you wanted to, you can choose to have a conversation, talking amongst yourselves during any part of this feast. So, if you wished for a
Yeah,
chance to
let's have an
roleplay,
aside.
yeah,
Just
if
a
you want to
just a
have
quick
an
huddle.
aside, you can.
Okay. All right. So it was me, Asanoth, and Ripley that heard the conversation.
Mm.
Yes.
Okay. Um, I suppose you two heard the conversation.
I did.
Yeah.
What do you think of his proposition?
I think we can trust him about as much as a hungry wolf.
Indeed. We've,
I I think that at the end of the day, he wants the same thing. Blood, at least.
be it ours or someone else's.
Caro's.
Indeed. We already know where Caro is, and we have our methods for finding him.
Yeah, other than getting him off our back in the short term, I don't see what working with him really gains us.
Well, not being hunted is a bonus.
Again, as Ripley said, short term.
Yeah, once we're not actively helping him, we're back on his list. I don't feel like being under his beck and call for the rest of my life.
Well, all good things end.
Hmm. Just for the sake of hypotheticals, let's say we do, and we proceed to Broken Bridge. What do you think his end goal is? It cannot simply be Caro.
Probably to get inside.
Hmm. And if we do not acquiesce to his request, we do know that to some level degree we are safe within this city.
Was he
Outside
not
of these
implying
walls,
that he would attack the city?
it's possible that he could, but I do not think he would be able to muster the force necessary to deal with not only the city boss as well. If it was that simple, I would imagine that the Empire of Glass would have easily swept the region a long time ago.
If we're concerned about being targets right now, we could go along with what he wants in such a way that we are not impeding, but not really helping him either. Just helping enough for him to lay off.
Okay, do I have? Yes, I do have the Black Pearl.
We could at least do that until we're in a better place to protect ourselves from him and his people.
What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I imagine that agreeing is going to require us to be with them. I highly doubt they'll trust us with our own methods.
Hmm. But if they're publicly with us, then Broken Ridge will never let us inside.
Indeed. Hmm.
Yeah, there's a concern if they want us to tag along with them. As soon as they start doing something we don't like, we either sit by and watch them do it, or we do something about it and break off whatever agreement we made. So it could be useful for us to keep an eye on if they start doing bad shit, but also then we're putting ourselves in more danger, and it's a big tangle of problems.
At this point, us and them doing things we don't agree is a foregone conclusion. Their methods are, to say the least, nefarious.
And we're sure that they'll ask us to tag along with them.
We don't know anything really.
All we know is that he wants Kara, and we are looking for him as well.
Well, if we do decide not to, I might know a way out of the city. Maybe, for somebody who does, anyway.
Hmm.
And I
One
don't
that
think
can,
we should make any decisions without the other two.
of course. I just don't think they were in earshot of the conversation. Would we be able to get um
An aside with the other
Atlas?
two. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Okay,
You're all
we
like
would
kind
be.
of like gathered together on your like side of the bench, just all like huddled together talking.
We're whispering messages back and forth like telephone.
Everyone
Yeah.
else is at a fine dining event. We're at a sports event.
Riser wants
Yeah.
an alliance. Izor
Mm.
wants a science. Just like
Mhm.
yeah, actual telephone.
Okay. But yes, we would inform the rest of our party. And with that being the case, what would you guys say in response?
Yes, no, maybe so.
I think Atlas would just say like, I don't trust him because what he wants is what I want, and he'll just be in my way.
Valid point. So what are we worried about? What are the list of worries?
Uh,
Backstabbing, betrayal.
but we're also worried that he's gonna be like hunting us to death if we
Yes.
don't agree to this. And if we do agree to this, we could kind of like foist him off until we get into Broken Red, just so that he can't access.
I do like that idea of like playing along until we're somewhere safer,
Yeah, that was my
and
plan.
then
'Cause
cutting ties and telling him to eat a
go
bag of
fuck
chips.
himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
But then the question then becomes: Will Broken Bridge house us indefinitely? Do we know
well,
that's a place that we can stay?
we know that we're going there eventually.
Regardless, yes, we know we're going regardless.
So once we're there, we'll have to figure some shit out. But hopefully, that'll be enough time for us to figure something out. You know.
Yeah, I don't think we can plan that far ahead at this point.
Yeah,
We
too
have to
much could
plan like
happen.
the next few days and see how tomorrow goes.
We
Okay.
just need to get out of Red Ridge alive.
Do we know how many paladins are within Redridge?
Within Redridge, one. From what
Just,
you
just
can gather, he left his entire battalion outside of the city.
okay, so he's in here, and his battalion is outside of the city.
Yeah.
That's not threatening at all.
Interesting. Okay,
We're safe.
so if we do agree to go to Broken Bridge with them, we are most likely about to have an envoy.
I like Bonnie's idea of trying to convince them to bring a smaller amount of people.
No, I don't think if we make our way to Broken Bridge that we will have an envoy, because Broken Bridge would not let us in.
No, and I mean like I don't mean like the whole way, but
Oh, I see.
you see what I'm saying? They are going to want to travel with
Yeah.
us until, I would say, at least until on the map, like probably somewhere between the the junction.
See,
that
it's
leads-
hard because this is part of what negotiations would be happening after we agree to the deal.
Exactly.
So we can only speculate as to what Riser would be willing to bend on.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know that we already have a means of getting into Broken Bridge and finding Karo. We already have an access. We don't
Yes,
need
we'll
him
have
for that part.
No, we don't. But the question is whether we want him to know that or not.
Oh no, absolutely not. We need to hold all our cards
As close to the chest.
as close to chest as possible.
Yeah, valid.
Okay. Okay.
I think there is some wiggle room in the negotiations, though. I feel like at least until his dead paladins lie through their dead teeth,
Exactly.
we have some wiggle room.
Oh yeah, we should definitely try and see if maybe one of us could be there for the speak with dead.
Oh yeah, who's gonna speak it with that again? The one from the asylum?
Rizor plans on speaking with the dead.
Okay. The dead paladins that were in the
Yeah.
asylum?
I think we should petition for somebody from the asylum's clergy to
think-
be there and one of us to be there.
I think we should petition for them to also question the victims.
Yeah,
Because
because if they just let Rizor go speak to
Like
one of his dead
Mikhail.
paladin buddies in a room by himself, he'll walk out and say, "Yeah, so the guy told me all those victims tried to kill us."
What if we
Because
get
there was-
both sides of the story?
Yeah, and we need like multiple different groups as witness. Because
yeah.
the conversation
And
that we were listening
it-
to, it kind of sounded like Rizor was saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna go speak to these old pals of mine by myself, and I'll tell you what they said."
Osteroth is technically a witness as to when they attacked Feyrintra.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
I will say the Master of the Grave, Trusha, did say that she wanted the captain of the guard to be there as well.
The captain of the guard. Okay,
Yeah.
I
So
missed
like,
that. Yeah, I think like
So-
captain of the guard, one of us, maybe a clergy member, just to have like a lot of people to corroborate
Someone should talk to the
what's been
Master of the
said.
Grave and see if we can insist on questioning the victims. But yeah. Apologies.
Yeah, we
I
still
didn't-
have those papers, Bonnie. Yeah, I think the playing along until we get closer to Broken Bridge might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Because like the alternative is telling them to fuck off right now and then have them on our heels the whole way there,
Yeah.
which isn't a good,
I mean, are
not a
you
good
all
way for us to
still
be.
thinking about going to Clash?
I would love to, but
If we
it might not be
could,
in the
yeah.
cards.
It depends on how much time we have, I suppose.
And how much privacy.
Mm.
You said that you had someone though that might be able to get us out of the city.
Yeah, Bonnie and I met some people.
Okay. Ah, man.
How many days from right now do we have until we're supposed to be in Broken Bridge?
We don't know. The guy is gonna
Yeah,
contact
he said.
us.
Yeah, he said give him at least a week.
How long
How
ago
lo-
was that?
Like
Uh,
5 days?
I think it's been like 4 or 5.
Because we
about
spent 4 days in the city.
about 8 days in total.
Okay.
So it's been a little over a week.
Oof.
So we
And
should be getting contacted
he gave
soon.
us the sending stone.
Mm-hmm.
I forget
he's not
exactly who has it.
contacted you yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we could hit him up on the sending stone real quick and be like, "Hey, what's the ETA here?"
Well, he did say that his like partner, like whatever, whoever had the other sending stone probably wouldn't answer
Yeah,
until
that's
he got
true.
back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Bonnie, we could be like, let us go check out this other place real quick.
Who?
But then there might be a thing where they like try and trail us there, and that'd be annoying.
Yeah, we have to see what the boundaries are in negotiations.
Or they could just try to kill us as soon as we leave the city.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, but in that case, we were fucked either way.
Yeah.
But if we don't agree, they'll definitely try to kill us as soon as we leave the city.
Who
Yeah, if
was
we
it?
convince them we're gonna be useful, they might not immediately kill us.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Colte that said he could get us access to the city?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, it was Colte. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. His partner is in Broken Bridge as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So actually, if we do take the offer, we do already have someone on the inside.
Yeah, and Colte was also agreeing to help us get Kara.
Yeah.
Kara has a lot of enemies.
Okay. All right. So we could probably talk this in circles
Yeah,
all night.
but I
So
think
I say let's just put it to a vote. We have 5 people.
It can't be tied.
It cannot be tied.
I vote that we play along
Okay.
I also
until we
vote
get to
we
a better position.
play along temporarily.
All right. Atlas, what's your vote?
Yeah, play along.
All right. All right. Then it seems we play along.
Just for curiosity's sake, what was your vote?
It was the play along.
Unanimous.
Unanimous. Okay.
Flash forward.
Flash forward, we just did the flashback, so flash forward,
Yeah.
Mhm.
having the conversation. Does anyone want to have the conversation with him this time? I hate to be the spokesperson.
Asana?
Sure. Remind me what the last thing he said was?
It was like, have we had time to think about it?
Oh, what a nebulous question. We have, yes.
And what have you agreed to?
We'd like to take you up on your offer.
Wonderful to hear. I plan to make my way to Broken Bridge as soon as I can. I must find Caro, and I must be able to imprison him, not kill. Would that be an issue for all of you?
I assume no one says anything.
It shouldn't be a concern.
Wonderful.
I do have a question, however. Seeing as your presence isn't welcome in Broken Bridge, Do you plan to travel with us?
I would like to make sure that you do what we expect you to do. I would hate to be a burden, though. You.
And for proper clarification, this expectation is a capture or a execution.
Capture. Carol must be found alive. I can supply ways of dealing with powerful mages.
All right. Because I certainly do not have such expertise.
No. But if you wish to do this, you will be equipped, and it shall be easy.
Then I'll look to my left and right, look at everyone in the group. Then it seems as though we are in agreement, and I look at you guys for acknowledgement that we are 100% going through with this.
Yes.
Yeah. This is the course of action we want to take.
Out of our shitty options, it is the least shitty.
For now.
For now. Seeing as there are no objections,
Wonderful. Holds his hand out. Shake on it.
I'll raise my hand up because he is much taller than me.
Yeah, I mean you're both sitting at the moment, so it's not.
Okay.
I thought
Okay.
you were gonna
Difference.
refuse him a handshake because of germs.
I thought about it, but he seems like a pretty clean guy for the most part.
Oh yes.
Yeah, but can you trust that? All the blood on his hands.
Fair. I'll bleach later.
You'll bleach. I'm sure that'll be great for your scales.
Hey, listen, when you have a disease that attacks your mortality, a couple dry scales isn't going to be too bad for you.
Oh, but you have to. You're. Oh.
Oh.
So yeah, you
Okay.
shake his hand. Can you roll me a D12, please?
Anybody or who?
You.
Oh, me. Oh,
Yeah.
D12.
Just roll me a D12, please.
3.
3. Okay. As you shake his hand, he begins to speak more. Wonderful. I see this alliance as something truly useful for all involved. Kind of peers beyond you. I'm sure much can be done to assist those of you that are suffering under our care. There is a very sudden, loud boom sound, and all eyes turn to the south wall at one of the large stained glass windows that shows and brings in natural sunlight during the day. And there's just this smear that can slightly be seen in the window, as if some bird has just slammed into the window.
Oh no! It better not be. It better
Is
not
it?
be. I just I just
Super shady. No.
I walk over
I'm just
to
gonna
the commotion.
following.
So the window, the stained glass window, is like high up. You would have to like leave the building to even be able to see where whatever it was fell. But as you like kind of stand during like seeing this happen, there is this strange feeling you get all across your body, and then you hear boom, and you watch another creature just slam into the window. Boom, boom, two more, and then you just begin to hear this just very, very quiet as horns begin to go off in the city. You can see the captain of the guard stands and rushes forward towards the door, asking, "What's happening?" "I don't know, sir." You see one of the other guards responds. At that moment, there is just like this twitch. You all see in Egil, and you watch as um, probably it would be honestly all of you as Egil is kind of standing, looking towards the doorway and the stained glass, and you're all kind of behind him at this point. You watch as let me change the music real fast. There is a slight rupture in some of his scales in the back, and you watch two small eye stalks begin to emerge out of his coat.
Mr. Krabs?
Mr.
Well, I'm just gonna tuck those back in.
Yeah, that wasn't supposed. I didn't need that to become back my backstory yet.
um, yeah,
Are you feeling it now?
you just feel this like slight vibration in your scales in your back, and suddenly you just feel different. You watch as um, three of the guards on the far wall suddenly you watch as one just screams in pain as you watch what looks to be his shadow just rips his neck apart. You
My
watch as
God.
another one grows a second head out of his neck, and you watch as it bites the third guard, who goes down screaming. You can see Izor, sorry, just stands and looks about, just absolutely dumbstruck on what is happening, and takes a moment before the captain of the guard goes, "What is this?" As he looks out towards the main doorway, and Egil, you swear, off in the distance, on the edge of one of the ridges, you swear you see a great horned deer made of bone and ivory that stands perched on the edge of a building staring right at you, and it vanishes without a sight in but a moment.
Like, like the deers from that we fought. Like they look like one of those deer.
It doesn't sound like a Kadir.
Okay, I was to make
Those
sure.
were like bluish. They
Let
have like
me
blue
Okay.
let
horns.
me try and find the image again. Because it you as players have seen probably the image before.
It sounds familiar.
Was it the thing that cursed me? I'm trying to remember. It's been so long.
In Discord, that is kind of what it looks like.
A Wendigo?
Um,
Beast, the hungering beast. Oh, yes. Oh no. Oh no. What have I done? Why didn't I roll a 3?
You see the captain of the guard turns on Rizor. Is this you? Is this your doing? I swear to you,
As I hear
whatever
him say
this
that,
aberration is, it is not of my doing.
as I hear him say that, and I feel it in my back,
Mm-hmm.
it's not him.
The captain of the guard turns towards you with absolute just astonishment once you kind of showcase what it is. Oh,
It's the hungering beast.
by the gods. You see a couple of the guards run forward towards him. Sir, they're coming out of the sewers. They're everywhere. Riser, if you're a true ally, help us. You see Riser extends his fingertips, and radiant black and red light forms in his hand as suddenly a massive 7-foot long blade appears in his hands. It is massive and incredibly thick, and he wields it with one hand. I as they begin to rush to fight whatever the hungered beasts are that are uh, coming out of nowhere within the city streets.
Um, as this is going on, I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to be taking off my lab coat.
Yeah.
How prevalent is the eye stalks in my bag?
They're pretty prevalent. You also realize, so as you take off your lab coat, right in the middle of your back, there's just like this festering. Um, it's almost like the skin folded over in 4 triangles and protruding out of your back, 3 eye stalks that extend up and around your body and give you newfound vision as you gain true sight out to 60 feet.
True sight out to 60 feet. Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. True sight. This is not expecting. It's not how I expecting the campaign to go.
You didn't cure yourself.
60 feet. All right. So as I take off my lab coat, and I'll probably take off some of my like robes a little bit just to make sure I'm seeing everything properly or feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
This is when you guys would really you would really see the discoloration that I have from my neck down to most of my torso on my left side. A very like deep gray discoloration
Mm-hmm. He's
compared to the
absolutely fucked up.
yeah. This is more than I ever expected. But we don't have time to wait. We can't just stay here. We either need to leave or we have to fight.
I don't suppose there's 10 minutes for me to put on armor, is there?
How
Mm-mm.
many people are here that we like?
Not many.
Um. Well, the captain of the guard kind of takes Razor uh, out into the city streets to deal with this. Um, I will say, as this is happening, you can see that Faye and Yolmatum rush towards you. Hey, Gil, what is that?
It seems I'm cursed,
We
and
must
it's
treat this right away. This is bad. This could get worse.
we need to deal with the beast attacking first.
I don't think you understand. You are truly afflicted by this hungered curse. The fact that you aren't killing others is an astonishment. You watch as as this short conversation is happening. The guards that have mutated and now formed and have killed either themselves, been killed by themselves, or been killed by each other. They are slain quick and efficiently by many of these paladin guards that are protecting the temple here. Um, you know, the shadow that killed its master is put to the sword and destroyed. The man with two heads is bisected from between the necks. It is a horrific change of pace.
I mean, I'm just gonna throw it out there. We could leave and
we,
just like kind of let them deal with
we
this, because I'm not super attached to any of these people, but I am attached to myself.
Mm.
valid.
It's a good
I would.
distraction. There's a lot happening.
That's a fantastic distraction for us to skedaddle, and
I
Gil will. It'll be fine.
yeah. I would
It'll be
hate
fine.
to leave the bloodbath, but I don't have my armor or my shield, so
I'll be throwing my jacket back on.
Mm.
I don't need anyone else getting any looks.
Yeah,
hide yourself,
I think
you
we're
freak.
unequipped enough that if we do this, we're gonna get fucked up.
Okay, so if we leave, are we going to get our things?
I mean, you can definitely stop by your space.
I'm just saying, I feel we're fighting regardless.
So I have a question. By
Mhm.
leave, what do we mean? Do we mean like leave the situation and hunker down, or do we mean like leave the city?
I think if we leave the city, Riseware's gonna take that as us not agreeing and will then hunt us down and kill us.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe
Yeah,
we just
that was
like
my
leave
fear.
the situation.
Okay.
But the beasts are attacking the city.
Yeah.
And the situation is the city.
Well, we could at least try to get to where our equipment is first and then fight.
Okay.
That'd be
We're
a
in party
whole
wear.
journey.
We should really just fight.
I mean, we have to fight regardless. We have to fight to get there.
I mean, how many people
That
don't have their equipment? Like, I'm fine. I have all my stuff
most of
that
you
I
don't
need.
have any equipment. You were not allowed to bring weapons.
Was I allowed to bring my quarterstaff since it's a like mobility aid?
Sure, that'd be it.
Okay.
But
Because
most of
Ridley
you
does
have
genuinely
no
need it to like
weapons.
walk properly, and his foot is still broken. So
Also, you get the
No
sense
spellcasting focuses.
at this point, like Faye and Yelmatum are like looking at Egil with worry in their eyes, and you don't know if they're gonna let you leave without curing you
okay.
first of this affliction.
Well, maybe
Like-
we run outside and start hitting shit then.
Do I have slow fall yet? Yes, I do.
On the plus side, my armor class is only one lower without my armor on.
Luckily, I don't need any of my items. I got these good old two fists of mine.
I'll just
Oh.
die again.
Does Atlas have any of his? He doesn't have any of his weapons, does he?
No, they
probably
didn't
not,
allow any
'cause I usually use a
weapons.
spear, which they probably won't allow. So
Not
only I got is my
allow-
fist.
Yeah, they would not allow that weapon.
Could maybe mooch something off a guard?
Yeah, get something off one of the dead guards.
You're at a fancy party, you would probably not be allowed a bag of holding.
Yeah. So Atlas, you can probably pick up a weapon off the one of the dead guards that mutated. Did any of the guards have shields, like the mutated ones?
Probably, yeah.
Um, Atlas, you'll most likely want to get one of their weapons. Hasanoth, they have shields. You'll need it for protection.
Hmm. What I need is a holy symbol.
Mm, do well. Not all your spells are out of character. Not all your spells are going to need material components. So
No, but
most of the good ones.
it would certainly be helpful.
It would definitely be helpful. But
Yeah, any spells you have prepared, you can cast as long as you don't need materials for it. So
Well,
unless your arcane focus is discreet enough to not have been taken away.
Bonnie, you can't
no,
use
it's definitely gone.
can't you still build the turret? I think the little turret ability.
Bonnie's not a not that subclass.
Oh yeah, you're the alchemist one, aren't you? Wait, yeah, yeah, the art. Oh yeah, you're not the artillerist. Yeah,
There's
I always forget the name of it.
the alchemy based artificer,
Yeah,
but I thought Bonnie was like an armor or something.
it was going to be an armor. Wait, then what?
So what subclass did you choose?
Yeah, I could have swore wasn't I could swear you're using the little force attack from the little turrets. That's some crazy. I don't really know artificers like that.
Oh, wizard. Oh, I
Ah,
didn't know you were
that's what it is.
multi-classed.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
that's what it is.
I thought you were full artificer. All right, all right.
All right, all right.
Well, this will be great. Let's go.
You do wait, just so you know, Bonnie, you do know we're level 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because you said artificer 2, then wizard. I was like,
Wizard alchemist.
yeah, I forgot.
So
Yeah,
they
but
got the
wizards get
second
theirs.
level.
Yeah, they got second level. Yeah. Okay,
Mhm.
cool. Just making sure. Okay. And they're looking at me like they're not about to let me leave.
Yeah, they're very concerned for you. What's your passive perception?
16.
16. As you're kind of watching this, like you're just looking at them, out of the corner of your eye, there's a lot of movement in the room, um, and you just see this like strange bit of movement on the high seat, directly towards your point of view, because they kind of ran down from the high seat to greet you and like to see what is happening to you. Like they see these three eye stalks out of your back and they're shocked. Um, Turn your head just slightly. Um, and you watch as the king goes to his knees for but a moment, and you lock eyes with him, and you watch as two pairs of bloody wings extend from his back as he begins to vomit on the ground in pain. And at that moment, they turn with like shocked eyes as they watch their king mutate. Um,
I fear you need to focus on your majesty first.
uh, there is heavy footfalls, and you turn back around as Riser enters the chamber. You can see his blade is incredibly bloody, dripping red as he steps into the room. It seems like he hit something very quickly. He turns and shuts the doors, bars them immediately, breathing heavily. This land is far more forsaken than I expected. He begins to walk further into the chamber. Egil, we must go. He begins to walk up to you as soon as possible. I must find Caro. He walks past you, begins to walk up the steps, swings his blade, and with a thunderous crack, you watch as he decapitates the king.
How does the how does the priest react?
There is just silence. My battalion will secure your city's streets in an hour. I'm sorry for your loss.
I
Looks at
will
you.
walk.
Get cured. Get ready.
I walk up to the king's corpse.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say that the cure isn't important, but I feel as though research is just as important as well. And I turn the body over,
Mm-hmm.
and I begin to do a quick little autopsy.
Make a medicine check. I believe you have advantage.
Yeah, and I'll just have to use makeshift whatever knife, like a little steak knife
Yeah,
that
you
was
just use
used.
a steak knife and just start carving into the king.
Uh, 27.
Yeah, you
Oh,
begin opening his chest and immediately realize that the inside of the king's body has malformed. Uh, it appears his it appears his lungs have folded and extended, and that is what became of his wings. The
ooh,
inside of his
that's
body is strange and filled with unorthodox changes. It is a gruesome, strange mess.
While he's doing that gross shit, I'm gonna go out and see what's happening to all the people fighting for their lives.
Okay, so you go up to the barred door.
Yeah.
Okay, so you unbar it.
I mean, if we want to fight and like not die, yeah, we have to.
Hmm.
We have to leave this room.
Yeah. You open the door and look out. And you can see the bodies of strange enlarged ravens that seem to have um some of them have grown extra heads. You can see some of them have almost like iron-like feathers that adorn their bodies. Um, you can see what looks to be strange, um, um, almost like sewage-covered, massive like bipedal rats that are laid dead in the ground. You also see the captain of the guard, face first, very close to the doorway, with a massive sword wound through his entire body.
Can I check if he's still alive or if he's fully
There's
dead?
there's no way he's alive.
Well, that's unfortunate.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
For the Void Touch Black Pearl,
Mm-hmm.
what is the time frame for the memory loss?
10 minutes, I
How
believe.
much time has passed since we've heard like the first bird being slammed against the glass?
Maybe 5 minutes. Everything is
Okay.
just happening very fast.
Okay.
Do I see any more fighting happening, or is it like seem
Um,
to have gone away from this area?
it's definitely gone away from the area. It seems like the immediate area outside of the church was cleared. And then Rizor came back and just barred the door. Um, you can hear the sounds of there is sounds of fighting. Um, and there is almost like this organized uh like radiant light that is spilling out through some sections of the lower city.
Okay. I'll just like duck my head back in. So are we gonna like go chase down some monsters or
You're staying
Seems like
here.
they've kind of moved away.
Riser looks towards you. You are staying here.
I'm not paying attention to him. I'm looking at my group.
They are currently attacking. We are in here. Rizor said that his men will secure the streets, right?
Yeah. His battalion.
I mean, I'm fine letting them do that. Like I said, I don't have uh any desire to necessarily protect and save these people. But if it's something we're gonna do, we should probably do it before everyone's dead.
Okay. The main thing is the king's already dead. So we have lost the main point of interest in the city.
Now that you have agreed to our terms, you are not leaving this chamber. I didn't expect things to go like this, but we have things to do. We will leave for Broken Bridge. You will bring me Caro, and all will be fine. High priests,
Could I have
anyone
had
found mutated that can't be saved, they are to be executed. You will report to me now, my battalion, and Noah Krymer of Crimson.
okay. So everyone that's seen the eye stalks on me is in the room now, right?
Yeah,
What was the range on the Black Pearl?
believe it's something around. Hold up. Let me find that again. Any creature, um, you don't even have to be next to them. It just yeah, it's just you just choose a creature. You pop the pearl, you choose a creature, and
Oh,
then
you choose a creature.
yeah, and then they make a saving throw, and there's a chance they don't remember uh
What?
your
I
interaction.
thought it. I could have swore it was a radius effect. Okay. Okay. Fuck. Damn. I want to do this. Guys, I don't know if I should do it.
Do it.
If I use the pearl on Rizor, he'd forget that I have the eye stalk. He would forget that we even agreed to go to Broken Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
That would be bad.
That would be bad. But it really wouldn't be because he wouldn't know that we already made the agreement. So we could use this as a means of getting away from the city.
But he might try to kill us like immediately if he forgets our deal. Since it's all in chaos right now, and he feels like he can kill anyone he wants.
That's
Yeah, the
valid.
king's dead.
Yeah, it's
No one's
super
letting him
likely he'd
check.
just like immediately try to kill us and be like, "It was the
Was the guard
monsters."
captain even mutated?
No, it wasn't the guard captain, was it?
No, but Rizor did kill the guard captain.
Yeah. I don't know if he was even mutated.
Was
Okay.
he mutated when I looked at the body?
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Mm.
Do you want to
He
make a
mutilated the
retroactive
body so
perception check?
much.
Yeah, I want to remember. I want to do that.
Yeah. Make a
Retroactive perception.
Yeah. Make one. 21. He was not.
Okay, yeah. So Rizor just fucking murked the guy as soon as nobody was looking. So that's exactly what it's gonna try to do to us.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we get in his
Um,
way, at least. Any more than we already have.
all right.
Well, he's basically the de facto ruler right now, so he can do as he please.
Yeah, straight might. Okay. We have to play along for now. It's either we fight Rizor or we go out and fight in the city.
Mhm.
Or realistically, it's both. We can't fight in the city unless we fight Rizor.
Yeah. So we either stay here and play along, or we fight Rizor and run off.
Yeah, we fight Rizor with not all of our equipment.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
And he is seemingly capable of one-hitting things, so...
He has a big fucking
Would he let us go get our
buster
equipment?
sword, so
He said that we are not allowed to leave this room as long as we have made our deal.
I guess we just take a seat then
Okay.
while a bunch of innocent people die.
I look out the
Wait.
window.
Doesn't make much of a difference to me. TBH.
Wait, is there a window for me to look out of?
I probably don't have my alms box.
There's like the stained glass window up further in
It's
the
up
room.
top, though.
Yeah. Most of the windows
Okay.
are out of view of like the people inside the building.
Okay. Then, yeah. Yeah, I know the party isn't in the best position to be doing anything, so
Mhm. Yeah.
I guess we sit tight.
Yeah.
Igil's thinking to himself, all that planning for nothing.
So Faye sits next to you. Do you want me to see if I can reverse this?
I must admit, there are two sides of me. There's the curious side that wish to see how this affects the body. Seeing as I'm not getting the typical effects, and I look at the corpses that are in the room. But then there's also the side of me that realizes this might be more than my body can handle. I suppose try.
Faye will begin a small ritual. Begins to chant to Shirandalar, sorry. And soon you feel that strange, like buzzing feeling within your body as the eye stalks retreat, and you feel the back of your scales fold back in as he removes a curse from you. You still don't feel cold, and you're fairly certain that it was just the newest form of the curse that was taken from you. Faye
Okay.
looks slightly concerned. I don't know if that fully did it. I don't know
I,
why.
if he has like a hand on my shoulder or something, I
Mm.
put my hand on his. Don't worry. You have dealt with the most cumbersome part of it. I'll deal with the rest at some point or another.
Okay. I've only heard of the Harbinger, the great beast, and its effect. It's usually only on beasts, though. I've never seen it affect so many so fast.
In such grotesque manners at that. Lungs became the wings, and I look at the king's body.
I won't lie to you. The eye stalks. I'm fairly certain.
They'll come back.
No, hopefully not. But if they do, just know I think they're from your intestines.
Hmm,
They had the shape,
interesting.
and yeah, whatever these mutations are, they are not good.
Um, with him telling me this, I like to go back to the king's body,
Mm-hmm.
and I might not have anything to put it in, but I wanted to get a sample of the wings.
Okay. Yeah, you can put it on a to-go plate.
On a to-go plate, as
Yeah.
you do. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming, and the true sight's gone, right?
Yeah. Once the eyes disappear, the true sight fades.
Okay. I figured. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Um.
There is so as this all has been happening over the past another like maybe 3 minutes or so, there is the so many people within this chamber are just horrified by everything that has occurred. Most people are just silent and quiet. Um, no one is really speaking or doing anything as Rizor is just sat in the king's old chair, just looking over the room, making sure that nothing else happens. No one moves, no one leaves, as he is just very much looking over everything. And there is a slight smirk to his face, like he's proud.
hmm,
Does he still have his sword out?
Oh, absolutely. It's currently on his knee, and he's currently holding one in one hand the hilt of the blade, and the other about the midsection of it. It's that long. There's no way for even with his long arms, there's no way for him to reach the end of the blade.
God damn.
It's
I
7 foot
hate this
tall.
guy so much.
It is a foot shorter than him.
It's a buster sword.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It and that is yeah, it is.
All
Absolutely.
right. Final. All right. Final Fantasy guy.
Get Cloud out of here.
Get Cloud out of here.
the sounds of the city fade in the next few moments. You know, as you all await in this chamber. Eventually, Rizor stands, walks back to the front door, unbars it, and fully opens it. And stepping in, 30 Paladins of Bahamut step in, some of them bloodied, um, damaged by some sort of encounters. Most of them are merely bloody as they have killed something, smiles on their faces. They are well worn, uh, strong. Many of them seem to be wearing leathers and carrying bows and what looks to be hunting gear, tracking gear. Others are knights, clerics, paladins. They begin to enter into the chamber. They grab many of the high ranking officials and begin to take them out of the room. 6 are taken with you as Rizor tells them to escort them to their holdings, gather their gear, and bring them back. We leave in the morning.
Oh.
So much for going to Clash.
Yeah, so much.
sorry about how quick this all went. I was hoping we'd be gone by the time this happened.
Wait, who said that?
Rizor.
Rizor. Oh. Wait, he said he hoped we'd be gone by the time this all happened.
Hmm.
You predicted this.
Not predicted. I took advantage of a surprise. Yes. But the ends are how I wished it to be.
I see.
Rose straight up admitting to wanting the king and the captain of the guard dead.
I must admit, Rizor, your machinations are quite impressive. You are more than your size would make one believe.
Like how I underestimated you in Bitterwood. Perhaps you underestimated me.
I will admit that I did,
If I
and I
truly
would not.
wished. If you had denied my offer, I would have slain everyone in that hole. It would have been easy. But I'm glad you accepted. Together, we can take Cairo down, and I can look away from some of your previous transgressions.
Uh, Here's to a fruitful journey.
Aye. I'll see you all soon. You're escorted out of the temple, back to the small inn in which you all have been staying, the Rocky Rest. You are allowed to go up to your rooms to grab any gear you need to, ready yourself for a journey tomorrow.
Oh man,
This guy
that
sucks.
that was crazy.
Yeah.
Can we have like one day where things are normal?
Absolutely not.
Are you talking to me?
Just one normal day.
Ugh. No, no normal here. This party is the opposite of normal. This party is truly strange.
We all look
I
like
don't think
anime
so.
protagonists.
We're all
Absolutely.
normal people.
We're very normal.
I'm normal.
We all blend in perfectly into a crowd. Yeah. There's nothing strange about me at all.
No.
So, do you all just calmly gather all your gear, or you try anything?
I mean, what's there to try?
It seems really stupid to
Yeah,
try
they've
something.
already secured the streets, so there really isn't a lot to do.
I mean, there's right now. There's only about 5 downstairs. They just wait. They're just waiting in the actual uh, tavern itself. Um, you're kind of
Well,
left alone in your room, so you can
I
kind of
think
get ready and discuss and
Rizor,
change.
I think he's made it excessively clear that unless we want to die, we have to listen to him.
and even then, I know we don't want like we're not trying to save necessarily people of Redridge, but we have put in an effort to form some type of uh
Like mutualistic
yeah.
thing here.
So we'd be losing out on potential allies for whatever future reasons if we leave. Is Nim around?
Who?
Nim, Grim.
Grim? Okay. Um,
Yeah, is he alive?
you kind of open up your window as you're gathering some of your gear, um, and you do hear like heavy wing beats, and soon a familiar raven uh, finds his way into your window. um, what the fuck happened?
I figured you would have a more in-depth understanding than we do.
Well, I pretty sure it was something not good. Um, I saw the big Goliath just outright murder their guard captain. Uh, and it seems like you're all in a bit of a pickle.
Indeed, we are, Grim. Probably best if you keep
Stay
distance
clear.
between us, because that big Goliath will outright kill you as well.
He can certainly try. Um, do you
If I
want to
could
go at this
say,
Goliath?
ideally, no.
Want is a really strong word.
Ideally, no. Hmm.
But we are in a series of circumstances where we are making the most sound decision for the moment.
Well, there's. If you need, I can maybe help you get away from these guards. Um, they seem pretty stupid. And honestly, most of the guards have kind of moved from the streets. They're securing the palace as we speak. So if you're looking for an opportunity, now would be a good time.
No. This is us playing, as they say, the long game. Getting away now would just cause more problems in the long term.
What it?
Yes. If we leave, these paladins will likely slaughter everyone else here.
I don't think they're going to slaughter everyone. They need the town, right?
Primarily those of some position that we have worked so tirelessly to befriend. And I prefer
Oh,
to keep acquaintances alive if possible.
well, I don't know how. I don't know if that would be true. I can't speak for the paladins. Um, I will
They
say,
have said so much to us.
Yeah, the big Goliath you saw, he said that if we kind of don't go along, he's gonna start killing people. So
oh, well, that's interesting.
We will need your help, though, in the coming days. We will need to make an exit from them eventually.
Hmm.
And when that time comes, then we will require aid.
I I don't know. I think you should escape now. I can work my magic, and I can see if I can. I don't know if that elf drow person will trust me enough to. I could try to help them escape as well. There is a person that's been looking for you. Um, so I'm pretty sure you might also have strange help if you need it.
What person?
I don't know. They're just downstairs. They gave me a code word, and they said if you needed to break out, that they would help you. Don't know what that means, but
What is the code word that they gave you?
I think that might be the people I was telling you about.
Hmm.
yeah, they work with the smugglers or something like that.
All right.
Well, if a talking bird tells you to do something,
And that's
We
only if you
need.
want to listen to a talking bird.
Oh man, there's so many things going on right now.
I don't trust Rizor.
I don't either.
He escalated so quick.
yeah, I'm starting to think that we're gonna get killed on the road because he's making it more and more clear that
Yeah.
he wants to kill so many people so much.
I know, but he still
Like
does need
he
a
stopped
means.
hiding it immediately though.
Yeah.
He still does need a means to get into Broken Bridge, though. He does need us for that.
Yeah, but like are we willing to bet on that? Because then it's like
Like I said, he wouldn't offer the request for nothing. Like, there's a reason that he asked us to do this. I don't think he would ask anyone of the region normally because most people are going to tell him no.
That could
He's asking
also
us because I feel he's asking us because he knows that we're already at odds, and to prevent having to deal with any more paladin like problems, this is our out. But he does need us to do something for him. I think that's what I think personally.
yeah. I'm just
No, I'm not saying
worried
choose
that
him.
if while we're on the way there, if he finds another option, he's just gonna kill us all.
Mm-hmm.
And if
No.
we're surrounded by all of his people, we stand absolutely zero chance.
Okay.
Whereas
All
if
right.
we, which I'm kind of switching tracks now on what I wanted originally, but if we run now, he can't send all of his people after us. And it's easier to pick off small groups chasing us than to be surrounded by all of them and get fucking Julius Caesared.
Yeah. If it's any consolation, just so you know, right now, in Red Ridge, there's about 900 of them.
Yeah, that's not great.
He has
But if
current
we
100
fuck
of
off to Clash, you know,
yeah, 100 of them are currently outside the main gates. The south side of the city looked pretty clear to me. They haven't, yeah, they're securing the palace right now. That's where most of them have kind of like gathered, um, and they're just locking up a lot of the uh, other people from the temple. Um, it's scary. I will say if you go with him, I don't know if I will be able to follow. That's a lot of eyes looking at me, and a lot of eyes with bows and swords, and I don't mind, tussling with the single guard every now and then, and uh, you know, dropping live
Oh.
crabs in his bed. But when it is when it's a battalion like that, I don't know if I can follow you.
Bonnie, Atlas, what do you think?
Bonnie, do you have the means of detecting magic or the presence of it? Do you think you can check me after that handshake that I gave Izor? I feel as though he might have done something. I'm not sure, but precautionary.
Oh, yeah, did he bug you? Is he listening to all of this?
Well, no, because after I say that, we know what you're doing.
Yeah, you cast detect magic, and what you get is nothing out of the ordinary. There's a faint air of magic around Egil that is transmutative in a way, but it's not. It's like all over his skin. All over his scales and almost within him as well. Which you would more attribute to a curse of some type than, magic from the handshake. If there was, something like that.
Okay.
And what do we think about skedaddling?
It would be nice to keep traveling with Grim. He is a fun little guy.
Oh, I appreciate you too.
All right. Because despite his ability to swing a sword, we do not want to underestimate Rizo's intelligence. He is more than just a brute. He certainly earned his position among the Paladins. But seeing as so many of the variables have changed, leaving probably is our best bet at this point. We are not in as controlled a situation as we once thought we might have had the possibility of being.
Yeah. Being ordered around so much isn't ideal.
Grim, what was the code word?
It was.
Grim pulls out a little notepad.
Bones of the Garden.
Bones of the Garden.
Don't know what it means, but that's what it was.
Well,
That actually might be very useful, Bonnie. We need to draw at least attention to ourselves as possible. Bones of the Garden.
Yeah, Bones of the Garden.
I'm pretty sure that's what we need to say when we get to the big elevator place.
Well, no, he said the people were downstairs.
Yeah, he said that there's someone
Oh.
downstairs that was going to do something and help you all out.
Guess we should go downstairs then. Meet this new ally.
Yes, and they'll most likely tired of waiting for us anyway.
Yeah, just say Bones of the Garden, and they'll help you. I guess I don't know. They're I'm not gonna lie, they have their own pet, so I get nervous around other birds. I don't know. And he kind of hops towards the window, flies out.
Wait,
I get
didn't
nervous.
you fly with a flock of multiple birds?
I think you might mean
He's
different
gone.
species of birds. He said, I had control of those ones, though.
They worshipped me.
hmm
I was their shaman.
Absolutely. He used their unluck shaman.
The trickster god of these ravens.
The trickster god.
Okay. So you have put on all of your gear, gathered your weapons, gathered all of your supplies needed for any sort of journey. You all head downstairs.
I think so at this
Indeed.
point.
Okay. Heading downstairs to the main room within the Rocky Rest. You can see the tables are, there's a couple people here late at night, just trying to get away from everything. The bartenders, just kind of like nervously looking at the six paladins as they stand in the door, the kind of doorway. Um, and yeah. So, you all ready? We'll take you back to Rysor now.
Yeah, we
I
got
see.
all the bones of the garden.
That's what you say?
If no one else has anything else better to say.
Do we see anybody else like sitting down here? Are there any like people
Bonnie was going to say with
around?
telepathy.
Oh, my bad. Never mind then. I missed that memo.
Oh, Bonnie's like, yeah, who is it? Oh, never mind. Oh, man.
That's wild.
Oh, well, it's been said out loud, so.
Yeah, so you
I
all,
didn't do it in the character
know,
voice.
Oh,
did you not?
if you did,
No.
it's fine. Don't let me put
Do you want to do
words
it in
in
the
your
character
character.
voice?
I don't want to take this moment away from Bonnie.
Okay. Bonnie, you don't see anyone new. Like there's no one else in this chamber. Do you have to be able to see the person?
Like, is just the 6 guards that we see? There's no one
It's the
else in
six
the.
guards, and there's like a couple individuals at a back table currently like holding their drinks, really really nervous with this whole
Okay.
situation. Yeah, you don't see anyone.
No birds?
No.
Hmm.
Well, actually, what's your passive perception?
I have
Well,
16.
but I am like looking for a bird because Grim
16.
I have
mentioned a
a
bird.
You look in the back of the room, at the far back table, and you can see like there's a small little shelf with like a couple knickknacks, some bar memorabilia, and there's like a stuffed vulture that was not there before. And you look at it, and you swear that might not be stuffed.
Okay, so the person is perhaps in the room if they have a not stuffed vulture.
Uh huh. Does anyone wish to say the words?
Well,
Does Bonnie give the signal that it's not working?
Just rapid fire say it in every person's head.
exposed to very high currents, which were circuits, transform the coils into or telescope.
Well, Grim told us that this person had a bird. That's basically all we know.
That's all you know. Yes.
Um, I don't know if it. I don't know if I would just draw a straight attention to it.
Not so stuffed, vulture.
Yeah, the guards and stuff are with us, the paladins.
There's no one around that table now.
We should probably just say the words out loud.
Yeah, because we have no way of knowing who it is.
All right, Austin, let it rip.
So, are you
Now I'll say it in the character voice.
ready to come see Rizor or not?
Oh, yeah, we got all the bones of the garden.
There is an immediate as every one of the guards, the bartender, and the two other patrons all go slack and go unconscious immediately.
Oh my gosh!
What the fuck?
You've
You
learned some
watch
new
as
magic.
the vulture in the back of the room flies forward as an individual walks out of the kitchen area, and you see a strange-looking individual who can describe themselves.
Hello.
Oh shit.
Oh shit! What's going on?
Today.
Yeah, hang on.
So what you see is a little guy, and I'll put their art in the
Little?
channel. Well, fair. A very tall guy.
Yeah, by little you mean incredibly tall.
He's a little bit tall, yeah. He's trying to open it. I already have it built. Y'all weren't looking. Anyway. So yeah, he's just a little furball with a big axe and a vulture. He's wearing like fur clothes. He's got a little pink nose. He's adorable.
Your vulture lands on your shoulder.
Give his little bald head a pet.
It
That was
caws at you.
quite impressive, to say the least.
Did you
Yeah,
just
well,
kill all those people?
no. Well, no. It's complicated.
It'll be a problem for them to figure out, I suppose. How do you see us getting out of here?
That's a good question. I personally don't know.
There is a
Bill's face just drops. Like, what the fuck did we just do?
so
Let's go to the
the
downstairs.
way that you got in here was through the basement, as this bar connects into a secret smuggling network
Got it. Okay.
that you
I
are
had as much
easily
idea
able
of
to
what was
take.
going on with y'all.
Yeah. Yeah, you're easily able to take the path beneath the rocky rest through many sections of the sewers and other abandoned sections of the city that have been built over the years. You know, hidden streets, small houses that were just buried after someone didn't pay rent, and eventually that it leads you towards um, your goal, which is technically you could take them straight to uh, the guild, or you could just take them out of the city. Very, very easy.
So where do you want to go?
We need to leave the city at this point.
All right, then follow us.
You all enter into these tight tunnels and begin to move your way underground. Um, there are moments where there is a bit of moonlight, as some of these spots are opened by grates, where water can drain into certain sections of the city. Um, but the trek is long and arduous, and eventually you dive deep below the earth, all light begins to fade, and soon you feel cold press all around you. And then almost suddenly, there is a end to the tunnel. A singular boulder is moved, and you hop up, pulling yourselves out of this tight tunnel to find yourselves on the other side of the Red Ridge. You can see small bits of the towers of these many beautiful cathedrals and churches. You can see elements of the asylum on the far end of the mountain, small guard towers and guard posts that dot the landscape. But for the most part, you are free. The night air and the darkened sky keeps you almost invisible as you begin to move your way farther from the ridge, continuing westward, crossing hills and dells. Soon you're out of sight of the main ridge itself and have entered into the wilds of the area. So, um, all of you, new party member,
Woo!
you all meet your new fellow companion who
This was
has
the
guided
secret
you
I
out of this.
mentioned weeks ago.
Yes, this was a secret that has been building. Um,
Completely caught me off guard.
it was supposed to. I was like, you know what? Let's make it a surprise. Let's see how this goes.
I was like sneaking into the roll 20 and then signing out before any of y'all could join in for the session.
I love it. I love it. How you
I was watching the
been?
Twitch stream so that I could follow along.
Nice. Ooh,
Yeah,
you
sorry
do
it took
know
so
this.
long.
Are you? Do you understand the type of campaign that this is?
Of course I do.
I'm just making sure.
I have watched a couple of the VODs, not all of them, but some of them.
It's fine. You don't need to watch them all. We've been a mess, so it's okay.
They're long. I had a 3-day long train ride, so I listened to some on that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, that's wonderful. Glad to have you on board.
Yeah, we yeah, love a new party member. We all need it.
Okay,
More people
okay.
to be evil.
Evil.
hmm
And his name is Agil.
Agil. All right.
Not quite how it looks, so that's why I'm
That's a
saying it out
D&D name
loud.
if I've ever heard one.
Hey, it definitely is. It's very D&D.
Thank you. I worked
I was-
very hard on it. AKA, I came up with it literally 10 minutes before y'all started.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I was.
Agil.
Oh, I need. Hold up. I meant to switch the. Let me turn on your token and your name, and then I have to
yeah.
adjust all of that in the thing. It's that'll be for later. But yeah, now your character is technically in the OBS now, so it's on the stream.
Woo.
It's on the VOD.
John.
That was
But yeah.
so fun. Anyway.
Sorry it took so long.
Oh no, I was having a great time.
Hell yeah. Just listening to the great beast just wreak havoc for no reason.
That's the best part.
Love the great beast. Yeah. So if you wish to ask any questions of your newfound guide during this like long section of travel, you can. If you want to describe anything else that they see during this long travel, because this is like hours of them like, you know, getting to see you move and getting to see your vulture. I will say, as you have exited out of space, there is like a very, very quiet that echoes across the hills here, as you do see a small white raven that kind of flies around for a little bit.
How does my vulture react to the raven?
Probably. How would you want your vulture to react?
Oh boy. Probably doesn't care, honestly.
Yeah, that's kind of what I imagine. It's just like it's just kind of watching with anticipation.
Yeah.
Eventually, Grim, the white raven, will land. Let's go on Atlas's shoulder. As he kind of like perches there on the well-built shoulder. Well, um, told you all you could get out.
You have yet to steer us wrong.
Interesting.
I try. Yeah, I'm sorry that there was not more description I could give of how you would get out. I really didn't know either.
We have our ways.
Yeah, I'm still a little confused. How'd you like knock everyone out?
How did I knock everyone out?
You blacked out, no memory.
Through your magics, of course.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yes. I have a warlock bond with my
Ooh,
patron.
we got another one.
Magics through that.
Hmm. And why did you assist us? Why take such a risk?
I had the feeling you would need me.
Just because Ripley's so paranoid, he doesn't get Hadar vibes, right?
Make an insight check.
He simply cannot fathom 3 Hadaran people in the same group. Well, who's
At
to
this
say?
point,
I mean, they don't
how am I?
look like. Hmm. Did you describe how your vulture looks?
Like gray, black, white. You can see his head a little bit in the profile picture thingy.
Yeah.
If you
With
send
like
the
red eyes.
if you send the one that you sent me most recently, it's got a little bit more of like the edges in that picture, because I had to crop some of it out for the token.
Oh, true. Let me see if I get. Fine, that's fine. Oh no,
Yeah.
that's not my phone.
It does have red eyes, and that's
Yeah.
suspicious.
It is definitely suspicious.
That's the important bit.
It honestly, you said it was Agel or Agel?
Agel.
Agil.
Agil.
Yeah, that one's gonna be a tough one. Agil just looks like a normal furbolg. For the most part, you know, they have
Very normal
a
guy.
very nice axe. The vulture looks a little suspicious looking because of its red eye, but it's very chill. And just kind of like perches on the shoulder. AJAL.
Well, the last time I met another Hadar person, she told me instantly. So I'm gonna assume he's not.
I mean, you can ask.
I would never.
Yeah. Let's just
Sounds
say,
like a you
who's your
problem.
patron?
Okay. Um. Do you have any connection with the Paladins?
Paladin of who?
From the Empire of Glass?
Oh, no. I try not to associate myself with most groups, will be honest. I have found better in forging my own way, not following the whims of others.
Are you connected to the Beast of Hunger?
The what?
No, it's not the Beast of Hunger. It's
The Beast of Hunger, the Great Beast.
yeah.
You know, titles.
The entity that attacked the city.
I worship the Great One, if that is what you are asking.
Was that another name for it? No, it was
No.
Beatung or the Great Beast, not the Great One. So no. Okay. And have we heard of the Great One?
Make a history check.
Sure.
I would
Can
also love to do this.
can I make a history check, but can I use my doll to grant myself advantage?
Wait. Yeah, sure.
And
The
could I
tactile
do
hand.
religion instead of history?
Sure. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. Give me one sec. Um, so, I'll start with Asanov. You speak to your doll and ask about the hidden histories of the Great One. Correct.
Yes.
Um, you hear your doll's voice begin to perk up as it begins to uh, speak hidden truths. Great and terrible, a beast of many names, hungry and the harbinger of all ends. It is entropy. It is death. Um, for Ripley and Egil, the Great One, the Great Beast, uh, the Eternal Hunger, the Hungered Beast. There are many names. You are pretty sure that they're just using a different name for the Great Beast.
Hmm.
Huh.
Okay.
Interesting.
So it would seem as though you do worship the entity.
If that is what you wish to call her, yes.
Very interesting that you felt the need to assist us then.
Like I said, she told me to. With a feeling.
Hmm. And you sense the curse on me.
Can I?
Absolutely. His
Heck yeah.
skin radiates. Um, you can tell that he's not afflicted by cold. But that is, you know, one of the more dangerous ones.
It is lovely on you.
Do you know why I am not being afflicted the same way as others are, and going through extreme mutations and leading to violent outbursts.
Everything is affected differently based on how they are built, how their mind works. Many, many different factors in the changes. It is not my place to say.
I see. All right. Do you know an individual named Carl?
Do I?
Absolutely not.
No, I have no idea what you are talking about.
Well, will you be joining us further, or are you just helping us leave the city?
Until she tells me to go somewhere else. But for now, I suppose you are stuck with me.
Then I suppose I'll inform you that Carl is a wizard that we are aiming to kill, or at least get our hands on.
You are so open about your wants to murder.
Because I feel as though in the coming days, we will be seeing a lot of sides of each other. And I
I
prefer
suppose so.
that you aren't blindsided by the choices that we are choosing to make.
I suppose I shall just have to learn for myself then.
Indeed. He'll nod and
But
then,
I do know she put me with you for a reason.
hmm. So many reasons from higher entities. It's almost like it's fate.
What are gods if not the weavers of fate?
The meddlers of choice.
And how is that not fate?
I believe in forging my own fate.
Interesting.
Nice. Well, you continue to travel as far as you are willing to go in the dead of night, suffering through many trials and dangerous places, but through your trusty guide, this new individual is able to guide you well enough away from the city to where any semblance of scouts sent from the city's walls would struggle to find anyone hiding out in the more wild areas on the other side of the Red Ridge. You find a nice place to hole up and tuck in for the evening, and you begin a long rest to continue on the next coming days to figure out your next goals, where you're heading, and how you plan to eventually get to the city of Broken Bridge. And with that, I'm going to end the session.
Oh, what a session to come back to.
A short one.
A short one, yeah, sorry, a short one, but filled
Lots
with
happened,
Eventful.
though.
a lot of
A
stuff
lot
happening.
happened. A lot happened.
Absolutely,
A
so
fun one,
much
I
has
hope.
occurred.
Oh no, it was amazing. I am glad you're here, Pink.
Hello. Nice to meet y'all. If I haven't met you already.
I was I was the frog in the other campaign.
Yeah, he played
Yes, yes,
Paksha in the one where you were Cupcake.
I love Cupcake. Always with the funky names for me, I guess.
Oh man. But no, this is awesome. This is awesome.
Yeah. Felt, I like having 6 players. Um,
Fair.
typically, so I felt
And
like
I
it
love
was.
to drag Pink into things.
I love it.
Yeah,
You've dragged me
it's a
into
good time.
so many things, Lars.
Yeah, Pink has an advantage none of you have, where for the last 5 months I've been info dumping about Ripley, so they know literally everything about my character.
That's the best.
I have your
Actually.
entire backstory written down. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
So
man.
new party member. Um,
woo.
you know,
Woo.
another warlock.
Another warlock. It's
We
not a
love
real
a
campaign
warlock.
without a bunch of warlocks.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We needed another one. for
Warlocks
sure.
are just so easy.
I
All
am telling you.
warlock party.
Oh, hey, that would be crazy.
Absolutely.
That's the goal. That's honestly the goal.
Yeah, and we all
We're
worship
actually
Hadar.
gonna slowly.
Does my
No,
Eldritch
we gotta
Cleric work?
worship the great beast.
Never.
Yeah, I love
Oh,
that we're
So
both
pretty.
warlocks of some hungry, hungry people.
exactly.
Hungry,
Yeah.
hungry hippos.
Regardless of our differences, we can all agree that we're hungry.
Exactly.
Gluttony, who's she?
A friend of us all. Truly.
Yeah, I hope the 2 hungry people can get along.
I hope so.
3.
A hungry, hungry
Oh,
hippos.
sorry, yeah, 3
Yeah, the three
hungry
hungry
people.
people.
I mean,
Three
if
very
Gil kept
hungry
his eye stalks, he
people.
might get a little more hungry.
I was trying to.
Oh, I know.
I was looking through my spells to see if I have like remove curse or something. But
You
why
could
would I do
curse.
that?
You
It's
could
pretty.
curse.
Bestow curse.
I can
Yeah,
I
you
can add
can
another one onto you.
Bestow curse on a party
Because
member.
I was like, true sight. I'm like, that's going to be helpful. But then I was like,
PvP enabled.
of course
There's
I
no
was going to
safe
leave
way to
it.
keep it.
It's an evil campaign, right?
It's a deal campaign.
Yeah. The great beast, sometimes he just shows up. Bestows curses on the unwitting, the unwilling, uh the random.
Also, speaking of which, extra lungs are a thing. And when you said the lungs came out to mate the wings, I was like, ooh, that's so cool.
Yeah, that is a crazy description. I like that.
It made me think of the TV show Hannibal.
Ooh,
Mm. Yeah.
interesting.
Because like the thing with it is just you mutating. It is
Yeah,
your own body changing, and it
yeah.
can only
It
do
doesn't add.
no. It just
It just
takes,
transitions. Yeah.
which there's only so much the body can do.
Take. Yeah.
You
See
know.
Ripley, for example.
Bro's too fucked up for that.
uh,
His bones hurt already.
I'm just an old guy.
He's a very old, like 20-something-year-old guy. Yeah.
Yeah, who just absolutely hates gory stuff happening, and Gil's like, I'm gonna uh do an autopsy on the king right
Yeah.
now.
Every time Miguel does an autopsy,
yeah.
Ripley does just have to leave the room.
You got to.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I gotta do my research.
And I will not stop you.
Well,
I just won't be there while you do it.
you'll
Valid.
soon see how my character reacts to all that.
I can't wait to get my
Might be
hands
a
on a
bit
good
fun.
corpse again.
That's
Uh,
a strange thing to say,
I'm gonna
Liz.
quote you on that.
Quite a strange thing you've said out loud.
I'm actually. I think. How would you say that in your character's voice again?
I can't wait to get my hands on a good corpse again.
There you go.
I love it.
What if it's a bad
Ah,
corpse, though? What if it's a bad one?
well, then I'm not getting my hands in it, am I?
There we go.
These hands are
You have
for
been
good
quoted.
corpses only.
You have
Yeah.
been quoted.
What qualifies a good corpse from a bad
Anything my hands are on.
corpse?
These hands are rated C for corpses.
I
Yes.
rated C for corpses. Oh man.
Yeah.
Nah, a really good session though, guys.
Yeah. I'm glad we got to have a good session back. No, it's not even that short. We played for like
Yeah, we
Yeah.
started
almost
about a
3
half an
hours.
hour early. It's
Yeah,
about a
almost
half an
3
hour early.
hours. Yeah. I'm just exhausted.
Oh, I know
Um,
you are, man.
Valid.
like,
You've been through a lot, man. You've been through a lot.
yeah. I don't know why. I really should not have chose to work today.
Oh
I-
man.
I don't know why I did. I was just like, you know what? I'll do it. It'll be fine. I was so
It's not
tired.
fine.
Nah. And yesterday, I won't lie. Yesterday, I'm pretty sure I slept like 12 hours.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
That jet lag will get you.
It's not even. It's not even. It's weird because like the jet lag didn't. I don't think I should have been jet lagged because so the flight got. I left Rome at 7 at night. I got to New York at 10 at night. It was an 8 to 9 hour flight.
Man. Did
So
you sleep?
I took like a nap for like 3 hours,
Mm.
and then I was up for 6, and then I got to the Airbnb. Oh, not the Airbnb. My buddy's place in New York, and then I didn't go to bed till like 1. So like it was just
So
should
how
not-
does this mean you're not jet lagged?
I'm not jet lagged. I slept the full amount of times I was supposed to.
Now that's
No.
boy math.
That's boy math.
That is boy math. You're right. I shouldn't be tired. I slept 12 hours.
In 3 days.
Yeah, I was up like 24 hours straight. It's fine.
Yeah, if you
wonder why you're
if up
tired.
for 24 and sleep for
It's-
12, you don't get jet lag.
Yeah.
That's
Actually-
those are just the
Yeah.
rules.
Yeah, I think my day, so technically
That's in the Bible.
That's
Yeah,
in the Bible.
it is in the Bible. I think that day in total, like it was like what, 24 plus 6 hours. So it was like a 30-hour day technically because just like how everything worked. Leaving at 7, getting there at 10. Just 6 hours just chasing the day.
Man.
It's wild.
I went the other way on Saturday.
Yeah. The other way honestly was better.
I was
Like
also on a plane. Well, no, because I had to get at the airport at like 3 a.m.
ooh.
and that sucked. So I just didn't sleep that day either. Our flight
Yeah.
plans are eerily similar.
Absolutely. I don't know what it is. Sleeping on a plane sucks too. Like you don't
It's
actually
awful.
sleep. Yeah. It's like trying to sleep in a car. Like I love sleeping in cars, but it's not actual sleep.
Yeah. I even had to pay for the extra leg room because I am tall. And I don't fit in
Yeah.
airplane seats. So
I feel that. I feel that.
Yeah. I just
What's
suffered.
that like?
You wouldn't know.
It couldn't be me.
One of my favorite things that happened was every time I went to stretch my legs, the person in front of me would put their legs under their seat and they would touch my shoes, and I was like, this is weird. Like we're
Why
playing
would
foot-
they do that?
I don't know.
Stroke
Like
their feet with your toes and out weird them. Easy.
Definitely not.
They could kick
I
you
see
out
no
of the
issues
plane
with it.
while it's in air for
Yeah.
that.
I
Was
needed-
this on the same
Hey,
flight
that's
as the
your
crazy
foot
lady?
It was
That's
actually,
your foot
yeah.
room they're
Maybe
taking
they
up.
felt
So-
camaraderie with you over the crazy lady experience.
They absolutely did. Like
Well, that's all it
they were the
was.
person that looked back at us when we were talking about the crazy lady, and they're like, yeah. Their eyes were wide, and they're like, yeah, we're happy she's not here either. I will say, as I spoke, I was like talking to the lady next to me about the crazy lady, and then she appeared. Like I literally was like just talking to her, and I just see the crazy lady
Damn.
just show up.
Speak of the devil.
Yeah, she went around because you know how, like the bathroom part of the planes, you can kind of like move between the two bathrooms.
Yeah.
I just saw her like walk around the bathroom to go to the other one, and then walked to the front of the plane. I'm like, there she was.
Damn.
Yeah,
For all to
Speak-
see.
yeah. Speak of the devil, and she'll appear.
You summoned her.
Absolutely.
Yep, just said her name 3 times.
Yep,
She's
Crazy-
gonna
same.
knock on your
Hey.
door
crazy lady.
tonight.
Y'all only had to call for me once though, so.
Yeah. Wonderful times.
Wonderful times.
Yeah. Oh, do any of you watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
I'm
I do.
I
watched it and read it.
I haven't taken the time to.
Um,
It's so long.
if you ever travel to Europe, there is literally tour guides that will take you to every spot from JoJo's Bizarre
Really?
Adventure. Yes.
Oh, really?
It doesn't
Oh,
surprise
Yes.
me.
Okay, I need to put that in my notes.
We didn't do it, but when I went, my buddy, he was talking to my, we were talking to our Italian friend, and they just started talking about JoJo's, and I'm like sitting there like I've never watched this in a day in my life, and he's like, oh, here's the airport, and here's the specific parking garage you want to see if you want to go to the place where that was in JoJo's. I'm like, oh my god, no. So my buddy was like, I need to look up how to get to the airport in Naples because I want to see a parking garage. I'm like, please no. I don't want to go to a parking garage.
That's not one of the sites you want to see in Europe.
No. I'd rather just go to like Pompeii, which is like one of the sites as well.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Your options
What do you
between
mean you'd
tourist
rather see
places.
Pompeii or parking garage?
Yeah,
It's
your
a
options
ni-
are Pompeii or parking garage.
It's a nice parking garage. I won't lie to you.
If I ever go to Paris, I'll take the Miraculous Ladybug tour because there's nothing else in Paris I want to see.
So fair. Take me with you.
I bet.
I don't like Miraculous Ladybug, but I do want to go somewhere. So
There's a bakery on that tour, so
Ooh,
we can get you some food.
I can get a treat that will hurt me.
Yay!
This is the parking garage, by the way.
Mm.
Curious.
That's a pretty cool parking garage.
It actually does kind of look nice, but I'm like, I'm not going there.
I forget that parking garages can be above ground.
Yeah.
Oh,
It seems like something that should only be subterranean.
I hate the subterranean ones.
I've so fewly seen subterranean parking garages though.
Weird.
I think it depends on the area.
Like in DC, that's all they really have.
Yeah.
I've parked in an above ground parking lot with Lars in my car before.
Yeah, like
So-
I've been in the above ground ones. I think there's more below ground ones in the Midwest because of tornadoes, probably.
That would make sense.
Whereas like places with earthquakes probably have them more above ground.
Yeah, you don't want your car to be picked up by heavy winds, and you don't want your car also to just be buried under,
Yeah.
3
On
floors
November
of
5th,
cement.
2008.
I'd assume it's probably a regional thing.
Most likely.
I'm in like Midwest light though, so
And if you live in Florida,
guess it's not
they
as
just do
bad.
whatever, and when a hurricane comes, it sucks.
yep.
Absolutely. I don't live in Florida, but
Amazing.
I've heard so many things.
I know 2 people in Florida. One lives there, and then Hannah goes to school there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have some family down there who were like had to like evacuate.
My grandparents
crazy.
actually were there on like vacation the week that happened, but they were fine. They were like in Miami, or not Miami. They were in the big city that's like right in the center, so they were fine.